Hi everyone, this is Miss Martinez and I'm here to do a new read aloud for you. We are continuing on with our read aloud books. This is called The Paperboy, Story and Paintings by Dav Pilkey. This is what it looks like. So I've never read this book. It won the Caldecott Honor Book, so this has been a book that's been liked by a lot of different people and been nominated for awards. So I'm really excited to read a new book and hope you are too. So let's go ahead and start. The Paperboy. There's a little kind of, not a summary, but just a little note from the author. It says, when you are asleep, when the sky is dark and the streets are shadowy, someone and his dog are up. They are working. They are happiest then. The dog running and sniffing and growling at cats, the boy pedaling his bike, thinking his thoughts, tossing his morning paper to house after house, and slowly, softly, Saturday dawns. So, Paperboy, and I'm kind of predicting what this book would be about. I'm thinking of a boy who delivers newspapers on his bike, and I can see his bag with papers inside, and his dog is there following along with him, so he probably has some help from him. So let's go ahead and see what our story is about. The Paperboy. With thanks to Kinney Whitmore. And actually, the Paperboy, but the mailman is here delivering my mail right now. Kind of the same. Okay. The mornings of the Paperboy are still dark, and they are always cold, even in the summer. And on these cold mornings, the Paperboy's bed is still warm, and it's always hard to get out, even for his dog. Oh, I know that feeling when you're all comfy in bed and it's hard to get out because you're just so warm and comfy. It's hard. But they do. And softly they step down the quiet hall, past the door where the Paperboy's father and mother are sleeping, past the door where his sister is asleep. So everyone's asleep but him and his dog. And down to the kitchen where they eat from their bowls. And out to the garage, where they quickly fold the papers, snapping on the green rubber bands and placing them in a large red bag. It's hard to ride a bike when you are loaded down with newspapers, but the Paperboy has learned how to do this, and he's good at it. That must be hard riding a bike. I didn't even think about it with all that newspapers being heavy. The Paperboy knows his route by heart, and he doesn't even think about it, which house to pedal to. Instead, he is thinking about other things, big things, and small things. And sometimes he is thinking about nothing at all. His dog, too, knows this route by heart. He knows which trees are for sniffing. He knows which bird baths are for drinking, which squirrels are for chasing, and which cats are for growling at. I know that, too. My dog loves to growl at cats. She likes squirrels, not cats. All the world is asleep except for the paperboy and his dog. And this is the time when they are the happiest. But little by little, the world around them wakes up. The stars around the moon fade away, and the skies become orange and pink. Oh, that's really pretty sunrise. There's a glare. There we go. It's a really pretty sunset. No, sunrise, yes. And when the paperboy has delivered his last newspaper, he and his dog race home. And his empty red bag flaps behind him in the cold morning air. Try not to get a glare. There we go. So they are back home. It is still dark inside, but the sounds of the morning are still around. His father and mother are awake and talking softly at their bed. And his sister is downstairs watching Saturday morning cartoons. And back inside his own room, the paperboy pulls down his shade and crawls back into his bed, which is still warm. And while all the world is waking up, the paperboy is going back to sleep. And his dog is sleeping too. Their work is done. And now is the time for dreaming. Oh, I liked it. Kind of short, but I like that when I was reading it, and I kind of even mentioned it, it's kind of difficult to get out of bed, especially when everybody else is asleep or you think it's really early. And thinking about that, it's kind of difficult to do something when everybody else is doing something different. But as long as you enjoy doing what you're doing, kind of like the paperboy, he loved delivering paper and so did his dog. Kind of doesn't matter as long as you're doing something that makes you happy and you follow your own path and do, like I said, what makes you happy. And I think that's kind of like what the paperboy book was trying to tell me as the reader. Let me know if you kind of interpreted it something different than I did, and let me know how you liked the book. So go ahead and send your thoughts to your teacher. You can send it directly to me, and let me know what you think. Hopefully you liked this book. Can't wait to read you the next book. Bye guys, see you next time.